Hi, Josh Taylor from Spinning here. In this quick video, I'm going to take you through our new console menu and the settings. Let's go ahead and get started. Of course, you need to be pedaling the bike to provide power to the console. The console does have rechargeable batteries in it, but the generator, when you're pedaling, provides power and that will turn the console on. So anytime you're going to go into the menu and maybe change things in the settings or get information, you need to keep pedaling the bike so that the console stays on. To put the console into the menu mode, you're going to be pressing and holding a couple buttons. In this case, we're going to press and hold play pause button and the green interval button at the same time. And then after a few seconds, the console will go into the menu mode. As you can see, now the console is in the menu mode. And from here, I've got some options. So in this first one, I can change from calories to kilojoules. So depending where you are in the world, you might want to have calories or you might want to have kilojoules. So you can select that by hitting the green interval button. See right on the side how it's going from kJs to calories. So in this case, I'm going to go from kJs to calories, and then I'm going to toggle forward by hitting the play pause button to the next setting. Now here, I can set the mileage or kilometers. Again, pressing green interval button will allow me to select either miles or kilometers. In this case, I want miles, and then I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the play pause button through the menu. In this next setting, this actually shows me how many miles and hours are on this specific bike. So if you're a maintenance guy and you're taking down notes of how often you're doing certain things, it's a good tool to have. From here, I can toggle forward to the next setting, which takes me to the software version. So if we ever have any firmware updates, this is good for you to reference just in case you want to know what current firmware you're running in your console. Next option, this is your sample rate menu. So from here, I can select to turn the sampling off. I can go to the standard 3 seconds. Your consoles will come standard from the factory with 3 seconds in the console. I'd slow it down a little bit by going to 4 seconds or 5 seconds. In this case, I'm going to go to the industry standard of 3 seconds, toggle forward to lock that in. From here, I've got an ID. So the console does put off a Bluetooth signal. And if you're connecting the console to a device, I can change the number of the bike or that signal that comes off that represents the bike I'm on. So I've got bike number 1, 2, this goes all the way up to 99. If you want to take it down, just hit the heart rate pairing button, take it down. And you can also turn it off if you don't want to show a number off of the console. This next setting, we can actually see the battery power. So it's showing the batteries are at 99%, 98%, and the current voltage that's being put into those batteries off of the generator. So from here, if I hit the play pause button again, it's going to toggle me forward to the frequency diversity screen. Now in here, I can actually change the frequency that is coming off of the console to a device. So in this case, it's set at 00 from the factory. I'll explain that here in a second. Or I can manually go in and change what frequency the console is broadcasting at. In this case, 00 actually allows us to have the console sending off a random signal. That way all the bikes aren't sending off the same signal, and that helps keep things consistent across the room and you don't get any metric dropouts. So depending on the environment you're in, you might want to go in and change the frequency. And then to lock anything in, let me go ahead and toggle through again. As you can see, the console will reset, and that's going to lock everything in. So as you saw, I chose calories, I chose miles, that's in there. And if I ever want to go in and change it again, you always need to toggle forward, which I'll show you. Another thing to take note of is if you're not hitting any buttons and it's in this mode, in the menu mode, if you're not hitting any buttons, for about 10 seconds, it will automatically go out of the menu mode. So take note of that. So just so you can see, I've locked in from being in the menu in some of the settings, I've locked in calories and I've locked in miles. But I just want to review how I actually lock those in to the console so it's showing that. So let's do that one more time. So I'm going to go back into the menu. I'm going to press the play pause button, interval button at the same time. And as you know, after a few seconds, it will go into the menu mode. And from here, again, if I'm selecting kJs or calories, I can do that. Now, if I want to lock that in, just going to press the play pause button and toggle forward through all the settings so the console resets, as you see, and it will lock it in. So that's something to take note of. Another thing, if I'm in the menu and I don't hit any buttons for around 10 seconds, the console will automatically come back to this screen, and you'll need to then go back into the menu by pressing and holding the buttons. So those are just a few of the things that you can do by going into the menu on our all new consoles and adjusting the settings to your liking. And it also gives you the information on firmware, of course, how much miles or kilometers or time you have on that specific bike. And that will help you keep your bikes in good working order, keep all your riders super happy.